Hey everyone, it's Angela with Mystic Moon, bringing you guys a twin flame pick a card reading. And so this is just going to be on messages from your twin flame. So this is somebody that you are in separation with, or maybe having some sort of current challenge. So it is going to be kind of pick your deck. Now I am going to be using most of the decks that I created here today in all of the different choices that you see in front of you. So if you guys are interested in any of the decks that I did create, I do have an Etsy shop. So I'll put that down below to where you guys can go and purchase them if you're interested. If you are international though, just email me with the address that I'm putting down below and I will send you a special link to order them. So we're also going to be tapping into this beautiful pyramids or orgonite energy here from Wing and Bell. It is their twin flame specific orgonite. So we have that right here. I'll put them down below, but we have 1, 2, and 3. Number 1's choice is going to be the Tarot of the Vampyres. Number 2, Deviant Moon, Borderless Edition. And number 3, Ceccoli Tarot. So anyways, let's just go ahead and get started, you guys, and see what your twin flame has as far as a message from their higher self to you today. Okay, you guys, so if you chose number 1 or the Tarot of the Vampyres, let's get started. Let's just go ahead and see what the opening message is in regards to, you know, your connection right now, maybe how your twin flame is feeling, what's happening here. What is the opening message for people that chose number 1? We have the Chariot's energy. So the Chariot can be Cancer energy, the sign of Cancer. We also have the 2 of Wands, so this could be about a decision that needs to be made. And then we have the Knight of Cups, which could be a water sign individual, Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. So we definitely have water here, and we also have fire, so that could be significant, okay? A lot of passion about feelings, passionate feelings, etc. So I feel like what the opening message here for you is that somebody is really wanting to move forward. Somebody is wanting to take a step forward, but they're in this decision mode with that 2 of Wands energy. You know, not quite sure how to make something happen. So let's just go ahead and see what is behind some of this stuff. What seems to be the holdup? What's the situation? So let's tap here into my Twin Flame Oracle. All right, so what is this this Chariot's energy about? Okay, interesting. We have regret. So there could be something that maybe they did or said that they feel some regret over. Maybe there's some sort of regret in their current situation or lives. And so that's another thing that perhaps is holding them back. What about this 2 of Scepters? Okay, their current vibration is they are stuck. They're confused. They're not sure what to do. And this feelings energy, okay, interesting. We have abandoned. So I'm getting a couple of different messages here, you guys. Either this person walked away from you or you walked away from them. There is some sort of regret or sadness. This could even be something currently in their life that has nothing to do with you that they will have to leave behind in order to come towards you. So again, there is some sort of a decision here at hand. So that's what we have. Let's go ahead and tap into my Spirits of Darkness and Light Divination deck and see what the current energy is surrounding this situation. Okay, so we do have the Spirit of Fire. So we already picked up on fiery energy here, passion, creativity, and spark. So somebody definitely has a decision or they have a feeling of something that's sparking them, something that's driving them forward. But of course, there might be something else that's holding them back. Okay, yes, the Spirit of the Fox, somebody that needs to be sly, cunning, and take some sort of strategic position. So I do feel like your person, your twin flame, is either in a situation right now where they need to be strategic. They can't just abandon it, even though they might want to. It is going to require a little bit of planning on their part. And if this has nothing to do with the situation that they're currently in, it could be some sort of an energy that they displayed at one time with you. And so this, of course, makes it very difficult to just kind of come back into your life. So they're really having to plan something. Spirit of the Dog, friendship, companion, undying loyalty. I do feel for some of you here that they really just did something to basically screw the loyalty up, okay? So they were not always loyal to you. You were very loyal to them. They didn't show that back to you. And so this might have been why you abandoned them or them abandoning you. There's definitely some sort of pain here. I'm also getting that some of them might be tied to another person, and so they feel like they need to be loyal. They feel like they have to basically stick that situation through even though they're not happy in it. And so they're really having to make a choice. I feel like their passion is with you, but I almost feel like their energy is stuck somewhere else. So that is what I'm picking up for number 1. So let's go ahead and get some more messages here. Let's go ahead and go into my Twin Flame Journey Tarot. Okay, so let's just go ahead and see some of the future energies here. What may this person kind of get into? What are they more than likely to do? Okay, so we do have the Ace of Wands. So, you know, to me, it is that spark, okay, that spark that they feel towards you in this connection. There is something happening here that's kind of propelling them forward. So there's something that's definitely here, yeah, and we have somebody that's wanting to manifest some sort of change, some sort of a new beginning. So there is something that your twin flame right now is wanting to work towards, you in this connection, to change things. Yeah, they're reevaluating their life. They might have needed to go off and just kind of see that the grass wasn't greener on the other side. They may have needed to understand something through you abandoning them or them having to walk away from your connection. But what it's done is it's given them time to reevaluate. And so right now they're reevaluating their lives. They're reevaluating the decisions that they've made. They're reevaluating just kind of what's happening for them. And they might even be seeing that the spark and the passion that they had was actually with you. It's not with either what they chose before or who they're with right now, if that happens to apply to your situation. So to me, that's future energy that tells me that somebody is going to be taking the spark that they have and that feeling that they have and bring it forward towards you perhaps in the future. But right now the Seven of Pentacles is kind of like that on hold pause card, not quite sure how to make that happen, not quite sure how to get there. So I feel like this definitely makes sense for the opening message. Somebody does want to bring their heart towards you, their cup towards you, but they're in that Two of Wands energy, which is kind of holding them back from being able to move forward in the way that they want. The Chariot can sometimes, to me, represent two choices, dark and light, sometimes being unsure what the correct choice is. So I do feel like for some, they're in the midst of a choice that they need to make between two paths, and I feel like you're one of those paths. So let's just see what your twin flame wants to say to you from their higher self. This is the Twin Flame Messages Volume 2. I do want to combine them with the Tarot of the Vampyres again. Okay, so something about the Two of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles, again, another two. This has to do with choices. The Two of Pentacles can be a back and forth kind of juggling energy, okay? Something that is just kind of continuous. You know, it never really leaves. It's just like this constant, infinite cycle here. Even though I don't show it, I am sorry for how things went between us. So your twin flame is apologizing for something, okay? There was something perhaps that happened here. There is some sort of regret. So that makes a lot of sense to me. That makes a lot of sense that they are sorry for something that they did. We also have, I'm just doing what I have to do right now. It could be that your twin flame is just basically trying to figure out what they're going to do, how to do it with the Spirit of the Fox's energy, okay? They might want to just abandon a situation is what I'm getting as well, but they also feel like an energy here of loyalty, and so they feel like they cannot do that. So that could be something that they're caught up in too. Last message. I'm still trying to find myself. So again, this person is in a lot of conflicting energy. Two of Pentacles, Two of Wands, trying to make some sort of decision, okay, with its Chariot's energy, trying to make a choice on what path. They're reevaluating. They're really trying to figure out what they want. I do feel like your person does want to go towards what they feel, where their spark is, where that fire is, and I do feel like that person's energy is towards you, not what they have going on for themselves, but they've got to figure that out. You know, they've got to figure out that energy on their own, and it's just a cycle. It's something that's going to take some time. So that is what the current energy is. That's what your twin flame wants to tell you from their higher self. They are apologizing here. They are telling you that their spark and that they want to come towards you, but there might be something that's holding them back, and so they need some time to figure it out. That's what we have. So I hope that resonated with you guys. If it didn't, you guys can choose number 2 or 3. All right, you guys, so if you chose number 2 or the Deviant Moon Borderless Edition, let's go ahead and get started. We're going to go ahead and get an opening message here in regards to your twin flame connection, or what's happening here with your twin flame. All right. Okay, so we have the Fool's energy, we have the King of Wands, and we have the Hermit's energy. Okay, so I'm getting a couple of different energies here. With the King of Wands, we could be talking about a fire sign. It's going to be an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. Leo specific for me for the King of Wands, and the Hermit is Virgo. So that could be specific for some of you out there. The Fool can sometimes represent Aquarius as well. But this to me is an energy where somebody is starting fresh, starting new, maybe needing to go their own way right now on a particular journey, come into that King of Wands situation. The Hermit is about going within, finding yourself. So this could be something that's already taken place or somewhere where your twin flame is at currently at this present time. So let's tap into to clarify this information. Let's go into my twin flame oracle. Let's see what we get here. Okay, so we have received. Interesting. What I'm getting here is that your person may have had to disconnect from you and kind of go off on their own. And it might be that they had, like they made some sort of move or decision that seemed very, very foolish to you. It was very risky. It seemed very careless. But what I'm getting is that they did receive what they needed to receive with this decision that they made. Sometimes what looks like a mistake to us really isn't. It's actually a blessing in disguise. And so I feel like there's something that has been received on someone's journey. Interesting, we have the King of Wands. The King is about mastering something. Someone that needed to master their fears, master their emotions, kind of go towards something that was very, very uncomfortable. And I feel like this King of Wands has embraced their fears. They've embraced something. So now we have this Hermit mode. Oh, okay. Well, it's definitely some kind of a solo energy that had something to offer this individual. I feel like maybe your twin flame had to pull away from you, or there's been some sort of a separation, and it's been absolutely necessary for this person to get what it was that they were looking for. They may have been looking for something in other people, and they were coming up short every single time. And so they might have had to go into hermit mode, maybe even embrace some sort of spiritual journey or some sort of spiritual like an epiphany or something like that, in order to kind of come full circle with themselves. But I definitely feel like they have received some major transformation, some major opportunity perhaps to embrace their fears. So again, this could have already happened, or this is still currently in the process. So I feel like this is your twin flame's way of telling you that whatever decision that they made, even though it might have seemed foolish at the time, was actually the best thing for them and perhaps for your connection. That's the message that I'm getting here. So let's go ahead and get the energies that are surrounding this situation. This is my spirits of darkness and light. Okay, so oh my gosh, this just confirms it. The spirit of the wolf, this was a loner. Loner, fierce, and instincts. Again, somebody is a lone wolf. Somebody has that spirit of the wolf right now. And this just means that this is somebody that had to go off on their own to discover themselves. The hermit mode, for sure. Oh my gosh, we have the spirit of the sun. Why? So they could be resurrected. Oh my God, look. This is somebody that had to go through some sort of darkness in order to come out of the light. And they might still be in that dark energy. But this is absolutely necessary for them to basically become vital once again, to be restored. This is beautiful. Oh, see, spirit of the fog. Unclear, confusion, shadiness. So if this person's energy was shady towards you, or maybe they've been very unclear and very confused, kind of in the dark their whole lives, this person right now is on some sort of spiritual journey in order to basically become clear and to step out of the fog and go towards the light. So if they need to be alone for a little bit of time, or you've been in separation with them for a little bit of time, this is definitely telling you that this was absolutely necessary for this person to be able to offer you anything later on. The only way that this person can offer you anything that will be satisfactory for you in this connection is by finding themselves first. Absolutely had to do this. That is what I'm getting here from this. Most definitely. Okay. So now let's go ahead and go into the possible energies of the future as far as what steps they might take towards you in this connection in the future. This is my Twin Flame Journey Tarot. Oh my gosh, we have the King of Wands. And what's really interesting is that we started the reading with the King of Wands. So this person, it says visionary leader. This person is definitely coming into their own. They're stepping into their power. And again, this was absolutely necessary for them to take this time perhaps away from you in this connection in order to step into that power, in order to find themselves. Oh my gosh, in order to be able to move forward in a very, very like a very victorious way. Okay, the Chariot's energy is Cancer's energy. So we definitely have some energy here of fire and water. And what's interesting is we actually had fire and water for number 1. And so sometimes we find with pick of cards that some of the readings are connected to each other. And then we have the Knight of Swords, somebody that needs to make a decisive action, to make a decision. So that also came up in number 1. It could be connected, okay? But the Knight of Swords can be air energy, Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini. Again, the signs don't really matter, but I do like to say them sometimes for people that look for that confirmation. But we have some water, we have fire, and we also have air here. But the thing is, this is somebody who wants to take some sort of action and charge ahead and do something with the lessons that they've learned, with the mastery of these lessons, to take charge of a situation and take action. So the Knight of Swords with the Chariot's energy, I mean, that is like definitely making some sort of move, taking some sort of action perhaps towards you in this situation, making some sort of communication. So why don't we see what this person's higher self wants to tell you at this time. We're going to go into my Twin Flame messages here, volume 1. What does this person want to tell you right now? We're going to go ahead and tap into the Deviant Moon again. Okay, so we have the Death card. So there's a major transformation. Death represents Scorpio. We also have the Queen of Wands. So we had a King of Wands, and now we have a Queen of Wands. It's kind of like somebody just basically seeing you as their queen. And then now we have the Temperance's energy, which is Sagittarius specific. So again, water and fire in this reading, just like the first one, with a little bit of air. But this definitely tells me here that there's been some sort of a major death and transformation. Somebody really had to go through something in order to be reborn. The Queen of Wands is, that divine counterpart. I see a king and a queen here in this reading. And the Temperance to me is like a twin flame angel to me. This is about the divine taking these two cups and back and forth, tempering the energy. These two people, need to be in perfect harmony and balance in order to be together. So there's been some necessary separation here. There's been some necessary healing that's needed to be done. So let's just see what your person's higher self has to say about all of this. Your beauty still moves me. So this person has not forgotten about you. They definitely still feel your beauty, because the Queen of Wands is very attractive. I mean, all the queens are, but the Queen of Wands is very magnetic. She's very attractive. She takes care of herself. She's extremely independent. And so if you have also stepped into your power throughout this whole twin flame journey, being in separation with this person, I'm getting that your twin flame is actually filling your energy on a very positive level. And so they're letting you know that from their higher self. These two cards wanted to come up together. I don't know why. I still love you. Your person still cares about you. Your person still loves you, and they want to be authentic, and they don't want to be afraid. So the thing is, I feel like what this Temperance's card is all about is saying I was afraid before, and I want to be authentic, and I'm no longer afraid. Your twin flame is the King of Wands right now. The King of Wands really isn't afraid. The King of Wands is a king, very confident, can take action, can take control. So I feel like this entire reading for number 2 has really been about the journey that your twin flame needed to go on in order to find themselves and to step into their power. And that could also be for you as well. But this separation and all the things that have happened in this connection have happened for a reason. It was to strengthen your bond. It was to basically strengthen who you are now and who you will be in the future together. So that is really, really beautiful, you guys. So I hope that that resonated with you. And, you know, like I said, if you guys felt like number 2 resonated, number 1 might resonate with you as well. So let's just see what happens in number 3. All right, you guys, so if you chose number 3 or the Ceccoli Tarot, let's go ahead and get some energies in regards to your twin flame connection. What's happening here? Messages from your twin flame to you. Let's take a look. Opening message, we have the 6 of Swords. So the 6 of Swords is about healing and transition. And we also have the Devil's energy. And we have the 9 of Wands energy. So the Devil's energy is Capricorn. It's connected to the sign of Capricorn. But what I'm getting here is major healing in regards to addictions. 9 of Wands is a card of basically really going through a difficult time and just barely hanging in there by a thread. So your twin flame could be telling you right now that they are working currently on clearing certain addictions or ridding themselves of things that no longer serve them, or stepping away or separating themselves from situations that no longer serve. So I feel like that is the opening message. So let's go ahead and get some clarifiers on this. I'm going to go into my twin flame oracle here. Let's clarify some of this energy here. 6 of Swords. Oh, wow. Twin flame energy. The answer is no. Wow, mirroring. Okay, well, I'm getting here for some of you guys. The Devil's energy can be codependent. The Devil's energy is addictive, obsessive, you know, basically just tied in a lower vibrational energy. I'm getting from Spirit that if some of you guys were questioning whether or not this was a twin flame connection, I'm getting that it is a twin flame connection, and that the Devil's energy, which is, am I just obsessing? Am I just crazy? Am I just, you know, can't get over this person, or is it a karmic? I'm getting no. The answer is no, that this is a twin flame connection. Now, the twin flame connection, it might be, it's different for everybody. You know, not one person has it completely figured out. But the 6 of Swords does indicate that there has needed to be some sort of distance, or maybe even a separation, in order for these two to heal. Okay, sometimes two people being together in the physical will get in the way of people really addressing their fears and addressing their addictions and the things that are just basically holding them down. So it might have been that we needed to say no to physically being together. That's how I see the Devil. It's the physical world, okay? We might have needed to say no to that, or somebody was saying no because it was too addicted, or it was just not in the best state. Sometimes where we're at with our twin flame, we're way too impulsive. We're not going to take care of ourselves. We feel too much energy. There's too much power there, and we completely lose ourselves. So sometimes things happen, and it kind of forces us to go into a separation, so that way we can focus on our own healing. We can focus on our own vibration. And sometimes that's hard to do when you're around your twin flame. Sometimes it is. So I feel like in order for people to heal, in order for them to basically get through what they needed to get through, they almost like needed to say no to the physical. I'm also getting that some people really may have needed to lay boundaries with this particular connection, as in, no, this is very, you know, this is, I love you, I care about you, but this isn't going to work for me anymore. You know, the sex with no commitment, or the sex while you're with somebody else, that's not going to work for me. I don't care what this is. It doesn't work for me. It doesn't vibe with me, and it doesn't make me feel good. So I feel like there had to have been boundaries laid with this particular connection, and the answer no is the only way that you guys could get to some sort of healing place. So sometimes that means sometimes the right thing is the most painful thing to do, which is to say no and to separate yourself from somebody that you really, really love and that you really, really want to be with. Sometimes the best answer is no. And I'm getting that it absolutely had to be this way in order for you guys to heal. So even if you're just like, you know what, this is what I think it is, I know I'm not crazy, but I know that where it's at right now is people need to get through certain things. They need to heal. They need to get out of their maybe other situation that they're still messing around with, and I'm just out in the meantime. I'm going to separate myself from it. I also get that vibe with number 3. We have the energy of mirroring. So this is about both people being in a situation here where they're just kind of trying to hang in there and get through the day. You know, it's a persevering energy. It's the survival energy. Now, the 10 of Wands is, you know, it's the end of the road. It's the end of the cycle. You guys aren't quite there yet is what I'm getting with this one. Okay. This is still a work in progress. This is still something where people have to say no to an addiction. They have to say no to things that are no longer serving them. And that's right now being done. Now that could be on your end or your person's end. But what I'm getting here is that you guys are both mirroring some sort of hard work and determination in order to get through some sort of difficult cycle. That's what I'm seeing with this one, you guys. So there's all kinds of messages that just came through with that. So let's just see the energies that are surrounding this, the spirits of darkness and light. What spirits of darkness and light are surrounding this connection? Oh my gosh, look at this. See, that's not an accident, you guys. Look at this. We have mirror spirit and we also have mirroring. Mirroring, the mirror spirit in my deck is called reflecting, vanity, and reflection. So again, you know, when we hold that mirror up to ourselves, we can basically really examine who we are. Do we like what we see, etc. And so sometimes the mirror, though, it deflects back something that we maybe don't want to deal with or something that we don't feel comfortable with. So it could even be that some of you came into connection with this twin flame, and this was such a powerful energy that it caused maybe you or the other person to really become fearful of what you were seeing or feeling. And so sometimes what we'll do is we'll deflect our experiences or we'll kind of project it away from us onto the other person, as in, that's not me, that's you. I don't feel the same way you do. Or, you know, there's something ugly about you and you can't accept that. And so you kind of judge the other person and say, I can't be with this person because of this or because of that. These are all deflection. These are all projection techniques that we do as human beings when we can't handle ourselves or we can't handle a feeling. So I feel like that's happening here with this connection. This may have already happened or it's currently happening. So people are really trying to figure out their fears. That's why the devil is here. Really, really trying to get comfortable with their shadow. And I feel like there's somebody in this connection, or maybe the both of you, that aren't entirely comfortable with your shadow, okay? And not accepting that dark part of yourself. And the dark part isn't necessarily who you are all the time, but it is a part of you, and it's about making peace with it and accepting it and not judging yourself or others over it. Oh my gosh, the spirit of the snowflake. So when I created this card, of course, it was a one-of-a-kind love. Special, irreplaceable, one-of-a-kind. So you got twin flame and you also have the snowflake. So this is like a one-of-a-kind experience. This person that you have come across, you know, what they're saying here, because remember that these are their messages to you. This is very, very special. Whether they're telling you that, whether they have ever expressed that to you, it's very special. It's irreplaceable. So even if they've stepped away from you, they do feel the same way that you do. Even if they're not saying it, they do feel the same way that you do. Wow. Oh my gosh, the spirit of the swans. Now, of course, this particular deck, I did not go with the whole divine love connection like I have with swans in my other decks, okay? But what I did go through was grace, was grace, elegance, and poise. So this is an energy here of people really, really wanting to project a certain image, okay? So this is about projecting an image of what we want. Now, this can also work in a negative, meaning that we are projecting what it is that we think we want. But if we're not comfortable with who we really are, then what we're projecting isn't really what's going to make us happy. So there's some confusion with this particular connection. That's why, again, I'm going to say the devil is here, because the devil is about getting rid of addictions, getting rid of cycles, getting rid of old techniques that are just really not serving you in a positive way any longer. And these techniques and coping mechanisms could be something that we've even done since we were a child, and yet we're still carrying around these techniques. We're still carrying around these insecurities that aren't really working for us anymore as adults. And so people are really having to look at themselves through this person. So if this person pisses you off, if this person drives you crazy, there is something that you've got to address within yourself. Okay? There's a reason that they're triggering you, and vice versa. So as powerful and amazing as this connection is, I'm also getting it's been equally difficult. Most definitely. But do you see these two swans here? They are mirroring each other. They're looking at each other. This is a divine connection, and it's here to teach you something about you. Wow. Okay, so let's just go ahead and see the possible future energies that this person may take towards you. My Twin Flame Journey Tarot. Let's take a look. We have hidden knowledge, the High Priestess is, oh my God, and we have the Lover's Twin Flame connection. Oh my gosh, and we have the Six of Cups. Holy smokes, you guys. Okay, well, what I am getting that in the future, it's still unknown what's going to happen with this connection, but this is a connection that's one of a kind. And when you have this kind of an energy, when you have this kind of connection with somebody, you're always going to want to come back to it. So this could be like a runner chaser thing. This could be something where it's only inevitable at some point in time down the line that the two of you will come together. The connection is too strong. The memories are too strong. People are going to want to come back together and reunify. So that's what I'm seeing with this one, you guys. That's what I'm really seeing here. But it's being hidden, meaning like people are hiding from this. People are hiding that they want this. People are hiding how they really feel about this connection. So again, this is going to require them to go deeply within their own shadow and face it and accept certain parts of you, or you accept certain parts about you, so that way you can accept certain parts about your person. So do you see how it's like you're them and they're you, and loving yourselves loves each other? There's some kind of an interesting little dynamic here that you're having to get tapped into. So you're on the spiritual journey of twin flames, and you really got something that you got to dive real deep to get the answers to. So this is a journey, remember, not the destination, but there is something special for you to learn about your person. So again, embrace that hate, embrace that rage, embrace all that ugliness, because that's about you. And when you can accept those parts about yourself and forgive yourself and love yourself, then that in turn mirrors to the other person. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's like we're getting what we give. So if you want that reflected back to you, you've got to reflect that first. So there's something about a mirror here, you guys. Wow. So in the future, the possible future energies, looks like there is going to be some sort of a reunion, but it's being hidden at this time, as in when that's going to happen, how it's going to happen, because there's some sort of a mystery that needs to be solved first. So we're going to end this reading with some messages from your twin flame's higher self. We're going to go back into this Ceccoli Tarot and get some messages. We have the Five of Swords, we have the Four of Swords, and we have the Hermit's energy. Okay, well, let's see what we've got going on here. What does your twin flame want to let you know from their higher self? The Five of Swords to me is games, mental manipulation. Oh, I'm still haunted by these actions. Your person may have done something to you, but I'm getting here it was just from their own fears. You know, the Five of Swords is like very ego driven. It's very ego driven, and it's somebody who basically is trying to like hurt you or leave you before they can be left or hurt. So your person is haunted by the way that they acted towards you. So don't think for a moment that if they did something that really screwed you over or really hurt you, that they have not had to deal with the karma, that they have not been haunted by those actions, because they have. Four Swords is a card of healing. I don't think I can take your reaction right now. Interesting. So the Four Swords is very calm. It's completely opposite than the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords is a lot of energy, a lot of fighting, a lot of crap. Four Swords is completely different. It's very calm. This person is maybe not sure whether or not you're calm. They're not sure whether they're in a good place or not right now in order to basically have a conversation with you. So what they're telling you from their higher self is that right now they're still in Five of Swords energy. They're still haunted by the past. They're still haunted by the things that were said or did, whether that was from you or them or both. But the thing is, they're not sure if they can take your reaction. Are you going to be calm? Have you forgiven them? They're not sure. And now we have the Hermit's energy, which is about going deep within. You have affected my life significantly. This person wants you to know that by knowing you, by meeting you, by have you touched their lives, you have affected their lives significantly in hermit mode, meaning you have caused them to go deeply within their soul to really examine who they truly are. So you have affected them just as much as they've affected you. That's why we have, again, the Devil's energy. The Devil is all about, you know, getting to the nitty gritty. This twin flame brings out the devil in you, but it also brings out the angels and the light, okay? So it's about embracing both sides of that and getting into the Temperance's energy and blending both of these energies together, making peace with both the light and the dark. So beautiful. All right, you guys, well, I hope you enjoyed that reading. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time. All right, bye-bye.